Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the VR Link. How are you doing? All in the live chat. Thank you all for joining us. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 11, your weekly Wednesday podcast. You can find us live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch and Twitter at 7 p.m. BST, 2 p.m. EST and 11 a.m. PT. On this show, we discuss the latest news, games and goings-on in virtuality. My name is GT from Gamertag VR, and alongside me is the mighty Matt from BMF.
Hey guys, how you all doing?
Yeah, look at the chat, man. How's it going? You all good? Some nice new names in there as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Jeff Bob, GT the 10K. Oh yeah, my friend maybe. Yeah, I'll put that on.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it.
It is really cool. It's really cool. For the audio files amongst you, you can follow the show and listen again on Spotify, Apple, and Anchor. Just search the VR Link podcast, or you can use the links in every video description. Thank you ever so much to the legendary patrons and channel members' names. They are listed below. Thank you all for your support, guys. It's been absolutely amazing. We passed over 30 channel members this week, and we're now on 31, thanks to Lunatrick, so I really appreciate that. As I said before, more channel members mean more emojis in the chat, so that is all good. We also have our ever-growing VR community over on Discord, where you'll find the latest VR conversations, and there is a link to that in the video. Matt, how has your week been?
Busy. There's so much going on.
It is insane, and your emails are blowing up, I bet, and everything's just like, there's a lot going on, dude.
So much. Unfortunately, I love all VR and I loved checking everything out, but this week has been challenging because I have to try to focus on certain things. Yeah, because there's so much going on, which bothers me because I just want to get it all out there.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly how you feel. I would love to. The thing is, I would love to do like more videos a day, but then you just like overpopulate your channel almost, and it, the time you put into that video wouldn't be worth the time you put into it, kind of thing, for what people, because it just disappear in the.
Well, I do this pretty much full time now, and I still don't have enough time to do what I want to do. So.
Wow,
it's insane.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's quickly give some shout outs in the chat. Who have we got today? Who was first in? We've got Jeff Bob. I started my chat late. Ready Player Rick, Halo Master, nice man. How you doing? Fabs the Purple Dragon. Joe Does VR. Travis Jesse, nice. I see Matt's trying to keep up with the chat in there. Cody Crisp, Virtually Radical. How you doing, DJ? Nice. Pink Gangster. Wait, BMF is here? You got to say hello to Pink Gangster.
Hey, Pink Gangster.
Nice, man.
Glad you're here.
Matt says, can you be my dad? I don't know if who he's talking to. That's a bit weird. Shaggy, how you doing? Artful, Midlife. Nice, guys. Good to see you all. Thank you ever so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Quick shout out to Road to VR and Upload VR. That is the place where all the VR news is updated very quickly, and we tend to get it from there and go through it. Some great things have happened this week. Two things I think are worth mentioning, which we will dive into. One of them is AIM support coming to Dreams on PlayStation VR, and the second was obviously a lot of us got to have a look at and share our thoughts of Population 1, which was really cool. I was gutted to find out though it didn't come out to the 22nd of October. I was like, oh.
I was thinking it was going to be like on launch for Quest 2. So I was like, oh man, next week I'm going to be able to jump in even more.
Yeah.
And now I got to wait till the 22nd.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on Population 1, Matt, in general? I mean, unfortunately we didn't play together. There was obviously a mix of communication as well. We didn't even get a match together, did we, at that last session together?
No, we did previously very quickly.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of fun, and people have been commenting on my video over the last day and a half or whatever it's been with some concerns about it, and I definitely understand where they're coming from. Some of the stuff, like the very simplified mechanics in the game, feel like it's not built specifically for VR and could have been done inside of a 2D flat game. And there's a lot of stuff that probably can be fixed for those types of things. Personally, I just love the gameplay, and I like the concept of the game.
Let me see.
I don't know about you, but I just think it's really fun, and I love the mechanics of flying and climbing.
Yeah, so I've just restarted the video that's on the little TV in the middle of the screen, the VR Link TV. And this is obviously very early footage, and it is so different. I mean, the principle's still there, the climbing thing and stuff, but I think the weapons look different. I think the weapon mechanics are different. The scoping looks like it doesn't blur. And two-handed weapons look like they need to be used two-handed a lot of the time, because obviously you're going to play a lot quicker single-handed. You know, you're going to, and there's no real penalty for two-handling a weapon. Which if you saw my video, you can definitely tell that, because I'm using an assault rifle from like 100 foot away, killing someone.
Which I guess I just didn't notice that, because I just play with two hands regardless.
Right.
So I didn't test it. So it just feels better for me to aim that way. It's easier for me to aim down the scope when I aim that way. So I just automatically do it. I didn't think to check that, but yeah, I saw when I watched your video, I did notice that.
Yeah.
So it's there's definitely some things that I think could be adjusted, but we've got a couple of weeks until it comes out. Those are probably things that are fairly simple, hopefully to adjust over the next couple of weeks, or maybe next couple of months, just to get it to the point where it's a little more balanced. And I don't want to say realistic, because it's not realistic, obviously, but the mechanics could be a little more realistic.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I know, I like what they've done though, because I think a lot of people are just gonna jump in, you know, and they're gonna crack on with it once they figure out that reloading mechanism. They're off and running, so there is that side to it as well.
It's definitely simplified for a very broad audience, because those that have been playing VR for a long time will be able to do it, and those are the ones that are going to not necessarily care for the mechanics, but those just jumping in for like Quest 2, for instance, are going to be able to jump in and know that they can easily play this. Plus, I don't really personally mind the reloading aspect of it. I think it speeds up the game. So not having to grab a clip from your waist and just push up on the clip and then prime the gun. That part doesn't bother me so much.
Yeah.
But there's just some other mechanics that could be done differently.
Yeah. Now, just to quickly acknowledge the super chat donation from Doomslight82. Thank you ever so much. He says, "I love this podcast," with a smiley face. "Keep up the good work." Thank you ever so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. So there are some other battle royale games in PCVR. None of them have come to the Quest, as far as I know, which is the big attraction for a lot of people, because obviously it's a mobile headset, and it just makes it. It's going to make playing easier. People are just going to be able to play wherever they like. I was a bit gutted to find out that crossplay isn't involved, or cross-buy.
Cross-buy, yeah. It is cross-play between platforms, but it's not cross-buy, which is an interesting choice. I'm not sure what the reasoning behind that was, but it is disappointing that it doesn't have cross-buy.
Yeah, I only found that out today. But moving on from that, because there's nothing we can do about it.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? No kicking and screaming is probably going to change that, because I'm assuming they thought about that a lot. You know,
I'm sure that's the kind of decision they would have thought about. So
yeah, it's a big decision, to be fair. And I was surprised to hear that it isn't. But yeah, I mean, there is some virtuality battle royale games out there which are good, but that player base is very hard to keep going.
If you think about it this way, it's in Quest 2 especially. Quest 1, it looks good. Have you played it on Quest 2? Did you play it Quest 2?
I haven't played it on Quest 2 yet.
I didn't think so. Yeah. Quest 2, they haven't specifically optimized it yet, but they are working on towards that.
Yeah.
But the clarity on the Quest 2, based on the resolution bump alone, allows you to see a lot farther. I play it on Quest 1 and Quest 2.
So I've been like checking out games between the two, and obviously these aren't games patched for Quest 2 yet. Right, this is just opinions on the screen. They call it screen door, and I wouldn't say the Quest had screen door massively, but I can't see that at all. There is no like tiny mesh, you know, there's nothing going on. And that is the best bit about the display. Like when you jump into that main menu, I believe the main menu is 90 hertz, isn't it, at the moment?
It is. Yep.
Yeah, that you can see it. You're like looking around.
Oh yeah, the clarity is insane. I mean, and with games like Pop 1, the clarity is going to make a big difference, because when I played it on Quest, and I want to play Onward, I haven't played that on Quest 2 yet, but in Onward and even on Population 1, seeing far distances to snipe people or even to aim properly at someone can be a challenge based on the resolution and the how far away you can see.
Yeah.
Population 1 works really well on to allow you to see a lot farther. So on Rift S, it's probably, I know you've played it on Rift S. At least I believe you have, right? You played it on Rift S. You can probably see a fairly good distance in Pop 1 on Quest. You could see, but it starts to kind of come apart. You know, it starts to get a little bit fuzzy the farther out that you go based on the hardware. And then Quest 2, because of the resolution, and once they get even more going on with the updates, you're going to be able to see a lot farther. It made it easier for me to aim, I guess is what I'm trying to say, in Pop 1 on Quest 2 based on the higher resolution.
I mean, I don't want to make this show purely about Quest 2, you know, but like, I wanted to quickly also discuss, I'm not having any of those Quest issues. Yeah. You know, do you know what I'm talking about when we spoke about like the jitters or the sudden blackouts or the thing where you can't get out of, what's it called when you can see your background and stuff, you can see where you are, pass through, you know. I've had it locked to pass through. Games just run better, they load quicker.
I think that has a lot to do with the hardware being better.
Yeah,
it's not trying to struggle to do anything. So like with Quest 1, and I actually put my Quest 1 because I've been doing a lot of comparison stuff between the two, and I put my Quest 1 on, and one of the things that I've found, and I know a lot of people have had for issues for Quest 1, was when you take it off and you put it back on, you have to redo your Guardian a lot of the time based on the fact that it either forgets your Guardian, it's not noticing what the Guardian's there, sometimes it gets stuck. I haven't had that with Quest 2. So I'll take the Quest 2 off, and then, you know, half hour later, I'll put it back on, and it recognizes the Guardian instantaneously and drops me right into there instead of having to redo it.
Yeah, I haven't used, apart from Star Wars, because I was still trying to find my feet with the Link and stuff like that, using Oculus Tray Tool and other bits. I'm using the Quest 2 all the time. Like, it is like my mobile and my PC device now. The only time I've used my PlayStation is to check out Star Wars Squadrons, because a lot of people were saying, they weren't asking for my opinions as such, but I wanted to have an opinion, because some people were saying that it looked terrible on PlayStation VR and it looked okay, and I just wanted to check it out myself.
One thing, and you mentioned it before we move past the Quest 2 thing, with Pop 1, and my train of thought just completely went away. What was I saying? You
just went, before we move on, I want to talk about Pop 1, and then you stopped.
Yeah, and I had something very specific that I was going to say, and now I can't for the life of me remember what it was.
Is that the first time it's happened on a live show?
No, I think that it's happened before, but
it happened. If I remember, it happens to me a lot, man. I always thought to myself, if I go full time, that might stop. But maybe, since you've just done it, maybe that's not the case. Like, I'm getting up at like 5 a.m. some days, and I do think to myself, my God. So yeah, Population 1, a lot of people in our Discords and whatever else have been secretly saying that it is going to be the biggest game on the Quest.
Okay, thank you. That was what it was. See, you read my mind and you knew where to take it, so I'd remember.
That's what I'm here for.
No, that's what I was saying, is that, yes, that's what I was going to say, is that imagine the fact that 2 or 3 years ago, could you have ever thought we would have a battle royale game of this caliber, regardless of some of the mechanics not being great? Some people don't like the visuals because they think it's a little too cartoony or too much like Fortnite or whatever. Regardless of all of that, 2 or 3 years ago, could you have thought that we would have on a mobile headset that allows you to play online against 18 people at a time in a battle royale game?
No, I didn't.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's amazing. The fact that it runs on this headset and does what it does, even aside from the issues that it has, that it is a fun game that runs completely tetherlessly on a mobile headset. And I think that is what's going to propel the game. And it could be a system seller, really, for the Quest in a lot of ways. Because
it's on the box.
Because of that. Yeah, it's right on the box.
They can
see because of that, I think it really could do a lot for the platform.
Yeah, I think it's going to be massive. And I think they're going to keep building on it, obviously. I mean, they've been testing the hell out of it for months. Like months and months.
I saw somebody post that they've been testing it for 2 years.
Wow. That's crazy. And when I started that video again, I can see that. Change of direction in some ways, you know. I mean, the core mechanics look the same. The fact they got building in there, that's the only thing I haven't seen much of in gameplay.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really use that.
Yeah, and I don't know whether that's because we're noobs or something. I don't know, because a lot of people talked about Fortnite. They would tell you the way to victory is building. A lot of it is to do with building. So I don't know whether that's the same, because another thing I've seen in that trailer right at the beginning is the guy's running along in midair and he's just laying down these floors. Now, I tried to do that. and it does not work for me that well. I'd maybe get 2, and then I'm falling.
Yeah.
So you know,
I forget to do it, honestly. And if I play it enough, maybe I'll remember, but I tend to forget that I can do that with my offhand. And I just,
yeah,
hide or run around. I end up turning it into a tactical game where my squad is, leaning around corners and hiding and trying to find the people that I need to kill instead of just running and gunning.
dude, it was it was a very different experience for me. We tried to be what's the word, tactful, but I think I pretty much ruined it, to be honest, a lot of the time. I just go very murk. Do you know what I mean? But I did try my best. Whoa, we got another donation. Thank you. VR and solar tech stuff. Think the Quest 2 LCD is going to look good? Is a question. We both literally been talking about it, dude. And yes, we both think it looks very good. Are you talking about the blacks today? I was mentioning the blacks the other day, but today I was in there, dude, and I don't know what it was I was watching, but it had a black screen and it looked great. So
yeah, I don't think that. Yes, OLED gets deeper blacks, but honestly, the resolution bump in this, and some people actually prefer LCD over OLED anyways. So, I mean, it doesn't bother me. Switching back and forth even between the two, it doesn't really make any difference.
Yeah. So we'll quickly, Tantrum, I don't know how long you're going to be here. I'll answer this question, hopefully. Is getting a Quest 2 worth it for PCVR gaming from Rift S? What do you reckon, Matt?
I think once 90 hertz is unlocked, not yet. Once it's unlocked, I think it is going to be, because you're increasing your refresh rate by 10 hertz, because Rift S is only 80. Quest Link is going to be 90 at some point, and VD, though, works so well, virtual desktop, at 90 hertz, that I'm not sure, and I don't really use Link a lot right now.
Speech. Preach it.
I don't think I'm ever going to use Link unless they somehow Oculus/Facebook decides they want to really get rid of that, which would be a huge mistake, because in the news we're going to talk about here in a little bit, there's some really cool news about that. But virtual desktop is revolutionary. It works even better on Quest 2 than does a Quest 1. And I know you've been playing it on 5 gigahertz. You don't even have Wi-Fi 6 yet. And I played it on Wi-Fi 6, and I was getting really good speeds. So I think personally, that's why they're discontinuing Rift S next year, because the Quest 2 is really the best of both worlds in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I've unplugged my Rift S.
Really?
Yeah, I've unplugged it. And that's saying, I knew that myself when I did it. I was like, without having this discussion with anyone about Rift S and Quest 2, I'm like unplugging my Rift S, and I'm thinking, you that's it, man. You've just literally crossed that line where virtual desktop wirelessly was a real, and I've said it the other day on like this Q&A I did, it was such a moment for me. I could not believe the clarity of the headset. And like, and you know, pretty neat VR, thank you ever so much. Like the clarity, and the fact it's so light. I mean, some people have asked about the Elite strap. I haven't got the Elite strap. Matt has, and I'm sure Matt will tell you that just makes it fantastic.
Here, I got it right here.
Yeah.
Focus, you can see it. So this is the Elite strap here. You can hear it cranking. That's open and closed.
I love that
this
system.
Thing, yeah, it works really well. In fact, it literally cups the back of your head. This part sits lower than what the Rift or what the original Quest had.
Yeah.
So the original Quest, the strap on the standard strap didn't sit well on the back of my head for some reason. I didn't like to stay down. This sits below the base of my head and keeps it there. Even if it's not super tight, it actually holds it below.
That enables you to then put the other straps higher, because then you've got another,
yeah.
Do you know the center strap? Can that be removed?
It can't be removed, but I have it nice and loose.
Yeah, yeah.
And if it's fully tightened, it doesn't fit right. But if you have it loose, it just kind of sits there, flops around. It kind of sits there. You don't really feel it.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But altogether, it just works really well. I've said it in a video, I think. It feels like it's hugging your head in a positive way with the VR cover and then the strap.
I was going to say, man, so another quick thing about VR cover, we both obviously promote that product, especially that phone insert. It's incredible. And thanks to my wife, who actually made me change it, because I was really pushing to use the Quest. because I want the Quest to be $299. That's
Yeah.
it. I want it to be that, regardless of the memory thing. Okay, so just for the comfort, I wanted to figure out the comfort. So I was using it for like a couple of hours. I had no red marks, but it wasn't like lovely and comfortable. But I thought I can do this. And then my wife only wore it for 10 minutes, and she come out and said her head was hurting here and here, and I was like, oh no, it's back. that thing, that pain it was causing people is back. And yes, we put the foam insert in, made the whole difference. Like, she was like, yeah, I love it now, it's great.
The ability that it gives you, and I said this in a couple of my videos, and I don't know if you know what everybody knows what I'm talking about. The fabric from it and the hardness of it reminds me of the bed. I don't know if you have them over there. It's like, looks like egg shells where you have them and you put them on a bed, and it's a soft foam.
Sounds appealing.
I don't know how else to describe it. It looks like well, you know, like an egg shape, and you put it on a bed underneath of your sheet or whatever, and
Sounds
it's
good.
supposed to yeah, well, it's not. They tend to get really hot,
Right.
And they're really absorbent, and
Sounds like memory
they
foam.
are not very comfortable. It's like the crappy version of memory foam,
Right.
super cheap version.
Yeah.
And so that's what that original face plate or interface feels like.
Yeah.
To me, that's what the first thing I thought of when I touched it. It reminded me of that. It felt sort of soft, but almost scratchy and not very comfortable. I wore it for a while, and with the standard strap, and the standard strap kind of allows the Quest to move around a little more than I like them. And that facial interface was up against my face, and it didn't hurt my face, but it was kind of irritating a little bit. And I might have to be sensitive to that kind of. But as soon as I swapped it to the VR cover, and I'll be the first to say, I didn't like the VR cover for the original Quest for whatever reason. I just didn't like the texture of it. I didn't like the breathability of it. It made my face sweat. This one, for whatever reason, the really soft, pillowy, and it's got the air vent in the back that apparently works because my face doesn't sweat on it anymore.
I was going to say that I didn't get hot in this either. I think combining the lack of the lesser weight of the Quest with that, let alone with the Elite strap, because I'm not going to put words in Matt's mouth, but he spoke about the PlayStation VR at the same time, didn't you? And I was like, now to me, the PlayStation VR is a fantastic feeling headset.
Right. Yeah.
Considering how old it is, they literally smashed it with that design.
Yep.
I still love my Rift S though, and it was still very comfortable, but recently I have not had any use for it, because I'll tell you the other thing as well, I really prefer those controllers.
Yep.
The Quest
yeah, definitely. I actually like the ergonomics of these new ones better. I switched between my Quest 1 and Quest 2 today, actually, just to test them out, and they feel small in my hands now.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
I didn't notice how much smaller they were until I went and actually grabbed onto it.
The other thing that, as I said, we've done this in the Q&A as well, the battery cover hasn't slid off once.
No, not at all.
And it's also got that spring for the battery as well. We got a donation quickly. Can you use the Quest 1 account on Quest 2 at the same time? I'm going to say yes, you can, but not on multiplayer.
Yeah, some games, depending on if the game is designed to play on their personal private servers, I believe you can, because there's some games that do that. But if it's playing on Oculus platform multiplayer, then no, you should.
Yeah, so technically I could leave my Quest downstairs, and as long as they don't play possibly the same game as me, if it's online, then you're okay. So if every game was offline, it wouldn't matter. You could play all the same games. You got the same library. So because I checked that out. Nick GB, he just says, hi guys. Thank you, man. How you doing? So yeah, it's turned into a Quest 2 conversation. I sort of knew it would, but it might be a good time to jump to some news, Matt. What do you reckon?
Yes, that sounds good to me.
Let's go. And there it is. Excellent. On time. At Q. That's where it needed to be. That's where it needed to be. Oh,
getting better at remembering.
I feel good now. Like, out of everything I've done today, that was the best bit. So, let's take on the first bit. I'm going to let Matt talk about this because he's got the notes. Because I know he's very excited about this game. I am as well, but I want him to talk about it because it sounds cool.
All right. So we're talking the Blair Witch VR, right?
Yeah, man.
Okay. So Blair Witch is back The Bloober team, the developers of Layers of Fear VR, are back in the immersive realm with a redesigned version of their Blair Witch game built specifically for VR. Blair Witch Oculus Quest Edition releases on October 29th for $29.99, and it'll come to other headsets in the coming months. Blair Witch originally released about a year ago as a non-VR horror game from Bloober team and is currently available on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. The game you play as Ellis, a former police officer that joins the search party for a young boy that went missing in the Black Hills Forest. It's an original story set within the same universe as the films, filled with psychological horror and a very good boy dog companion. Yes, you can pet the dog.
I haven't actually. I can't think of many games where you have a pet dog. There was only one like years ago called Shadow Dancer on the Sega Mega Drive, and you had a dog and you could like send him to do stuff. If you give me a second, I've just realised that our cameras have moved because we're going to look at the trailer basically and watch it fall together. And I'm hoping to find Matt's face. There it is. I was like, where the hell is Matt's face gone today? Right, that's it. I can sort of work with that now. Give me a second. It's one of those things where you think to yourself, I've got everything ready, and then something's not ready. So yeah, did we get another donation as well? What was that message? I think I missed that one. Did we get another one? Oh, Steve No said for the Big Mac Fund. I don't know what he's saying. Oh yeah, I mean, oi, fat boy, there's your Big Mac. So yeah, let's jump over and have a look at the Blair Witch VR trailer.
You got something, buddy? Go on, boy. Seek. Let's go, boy. Logtiech.
You guys know these woods are cursed, right?
Well, let's go.
They mess with people's heads, even if they claim not to believe it.
What was that thing? Come on, buddy. Sniff. Bullet. Seek. Got it. Go get it. What is it, Bullet? We need to turn it on. Come on, boy. See if it still works.
She wants you.
Yeah, good dog. Aren't you a handsome boy? Hey, buddy, what's wrong? Bullet, where are you?
I love it. I love it when games do that thing where it's like you haven't got to wait long. Like you find out about a game and you can't wait long. But dude, I'm just going to say it right now. It gave me Shadow of the Colossus memories where your horse died. If that dog dies, I'll be proper upset in the headset. I'll be like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want
I
that.
never played the flat version of the game, so I don't know what happens. I
No, I
hope
haven't.
not. It
Yeah.
looks terrifying, though.
Yeah, man. I was thinking to myself, oh no, if something happens to that dog, I'll be absolutely gutted. I can't stand that stuff. Yeah, so what do you guys think of that? Me and Matt are both very, very excited for this one.
I am excited and terrified because I already know I'm going to play it for Questober on the channel, and I don't even know how much I'm going to make it through. I can tell you that much.
Oh, okay. Matt's mic sounds weird. It cracks when he talks. It sounds absolutely... Guys, can you let me know in the chat if his mic's cracking? Because I can hear Matt my end, and he sounds absolutely fine. Let me know if anything's happening to his mic.
Yeah, because I don't have anything on my end I can adjust.
No, it looks absolutely... I should be able... I can hear you.
Yeah.
And you sound okay to me, but we'll have to see what the chat says. Yeah, so thank you ever so much for the next donation. And that was from Kent Murray. Do you think Pop 1 will get haptic support? I sure hope so, dude.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, I mean, a lot of games are getting it, and it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal to implement because it uses the audio cues from the game.
Yeah, when I go through it, as Matt just said on Twitter, you can see it all the time. B Haptics is support coming
Yep.
for this game, coming for that game.
Even
Like-
independent games are getting it. So like that zombie Let's Go Chopping, it's just an independent side quest game and it's
Yep.
getting support. So
Rinlo as well.
Mhm.
That just got it. So yeah, more and more things using B Haptics, which is great because it looks like a peripheral that I'd personally love to check out. I haven't actually checked it out myself, but I would love to try it.
yeah, I want to try it in a few more games. I have all the accessories now. They sent it to me. I just haven't had a chance to check it out. But I want to try it in Alex. I haven't tried it in that yet.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be wicked. Let's get up the next video because I should have had it ready, but I didn't. Okay, so we're going to talk about Virtuix unveiled a new VR treadmill today called the Omni One, which is targeted at consumer level home use. The Omni One is the latest in a line of Omni treadmills for VR content. The user has to wear a special pair of shoes, which I imagine are very similar to cyber shoes, and that will slip along the surface of the round disc-shaped base. I wonder whether they are actually like cyber shoes in the fact they've got rollers.
I don't know. I've never tried one of those before. I've always been curious. They must just be really slippery shoes, I would guess. Like no tread whatsoever, and it's just really flat and slippery.
Yeah, I do wonder about that. Where are we? Yes, obviously, when you're using the shoes, you're going to stay stationary in real life. Virtuix say that the Omni One was inspired by their previous commercial equivalent, the Omni Pro, except designed for consumers and not businesses. The Omni One is lighter, more compact, and easy to fold up. Plus, it has a sleeker look that's designed to fit tastefully inside a living room or other place in your home. What else have they put as well? The Omni One will be sold as a complete entertainment unit, including a standalone VR headset. Everything you need will be included in the box. Now, that's pretty crazy, because when you go through the rest of it, in this video, if any of you know your headsets and standalones, that's the Pico Neo 2 they're wearing, which I found quite surprising. But when I think it was Upload VR asked them, is this the VR headset? Is this the headset you're definitely going to be packing it with? And they said they haven't actually decided. Because I imagine it's going to be quite a big deal, you know, to be packed inside with something. It's going to be like a business level decision to do that kind of thing. They said they'll choose between a few good next gen HMD options. So yeah, man, I'm thinking to myself, Quest all the way. It says it will ship with over 30 launch titles, including Call of Duty and a Fortnite style game that is in development by Virtuix alongside top titles licensed from third parties. Price is $1,995 for the entire unit, including the Omni One and the accompanying headset. However, a $55 a month payment is also available. That's crazy.
Yeah.
For £55 a month, because I'm assuming the dollar to pound thing still isn't quite right. How amazing! How amazing!
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it works. If it's well reviewed and it works well, I might look into it. I'm very apprehensive about anything like that, just because of the way that it seems to work.
Yeah, I just want to see this stuff happen. You know, but the thing is, though, I'm still, and I'll be able to be honest, I'm still of the mindset of I like to just sometimes sit down and play a game. You know, I'm still of that like generation where we didn't stand up. You know what I mean? Like, it was all about being as comfy as possible. And, sitting down in your beanbag or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I never had a beanbag. My friends had beanbags.
Oh, we got another super chat too.
Oh, thank you ever so much.
Let's see, where is it? Robert Wentz says IPD 68 to 70 will have a good visual experience. I'm assuming talking about the Quest 2.
Yeah, I think it is.
On the third setting, you should be okay, because I think third is 68. And they say within 2.5 degrees on either side of each IPD should be fine. So
yeah, that's it. The other thing is, the problem you're going to have, right, you need to find someone. The only person I know, I think, with an IPD of like 70 is Anthony from VR 365. He's the only person who's ever just openly said, I've got an IPD of 70, because when the Rift S come out, he couldn't use it, basically. So if there's anyone out there who's said to anyone they've got an IPD of 63, they tried 70 and it looked awful, it doesn't make sense. You can't do that IPD test because your eyes aren't in the right spot to do it. So in my mind, that's how I feel about it. So
I've got an IPD of about 66, and it's between the second and third. So I use the second one, and I don't notice any problems with it. So
Yeah, I use the second one, and my IPD is between, I think it's 64 and 65.
Yeah.
So, yeah, unfortunately, unless you know someone that is like of that IPD and can tell you, then yeah, I mean, as Matt just said, you've got the 2.5. It seems to be like variant there, and Oculus seem pretty confident, or Facebook, whatever they're going to be soon. I'm pretty confident.
Doomslay82 asked you what if you had an IPD of 120?
That'd be like a fish, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. I think it'd be like your eyes would be here somewhere. It'd be like where your ears are or something. I don't know. Or you know, probably about here. Here. I don't know. I think you need two headsets, and you just have to like position the left one here and the right one here, just about to be like, yeah, man, this is wicked. Expensive and strange. would be the next thing. Did you want to take the next one, Matt, about Star Wars?
Sure. Yep, sure. Hold on. Sorry.
Right, get rid of that Rona.
All right. All right, where are we at here? Let me see. Squadrons. Yeah, Star Wars Squadrons post-launch support. One of the best things about Star Wars Squadron is that EA has promised to never have any microtransactions, which is let's see, which is great to hear based on the fiasco of Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
But what does that mean for the game's future support post-launch with new game modes, DLC, and so on? Well, as it stands, there's no plans for any of that, which is disappointing. Never say never, so to speak. But as far as our philosophy goes, we're not trying to treat the game as a live service, says Ian Fraser, creative director on Star Wars Squadrons. We don't want to say it's almost done and then dribble out more of it over time, which, to be honest, is how most games work these days. So we've tried to treat it in a kind of old school approach, saying you've paid the $40, this is the game, and it's entirely self-contained. We're not planning to add more content. This is the game, and we hope you understand the value proposition. There are also no plans for Oculus Quest version at this time, says Fraser.
I know. Do you know what, right? Using the Quest 2 recently, I thought to myself, if everything's running as well as it is at the moment, like, I'm just going to say, yeah, there was a point in, and I spoke to Matt about it, not to go back to the Quest again, but there was a point where I got the Quest and I was like, is this really like see you later Quest, see you later Rift? I weren't sure. But I got to admit, I think it's a phenomenal bit of kit. Like, for that price, it is you put that headset on, I'm gutted they're going to remove the 90 hertz thing, because at this very second, when you put that headset on, it is like, wow. It's probably the ace card of the headset in a way, I think, you know?
Yeah, and it feels different. Visually, your mind sees it differently. It may not necessarily be noticeable in videos. In fact, it's not. Trust me. I've tried. The videos that we can put out are 60 frames per second for YouTube. So if you're watching something on YouTube, you're still not getting that 72 frames a second that I can record.
Yeah.
You're getting 60, and you're still not seeing it as smooth as you see it in the headset. But at 90 hertz, it feels more like, I don't know, like real life, I guess.
That's what virtuality is supposed to be, isn't it? Your brain, that's why people get motion sick and stuff, when things don't react right. You know, things don't go the way your brain thinks they're going to go. You know, if you're turning left and you're expected to go a certain speed and you don't, that's immersion breaking. If it staggers or stutters, PlayStation knew that. They knew that back in the day when they done their Q&As and stuff for virtuality, that if you don't get that 60 frames a second or 120 when it's split, or whatever, 120 split over 60, you're not going on the system. Because they knew that is going to be one of the triggers of an unrealistic experience. And to go to 90, if you want to check it out, if you got a PlayStation VR, the only game I know of definitely is Windlands, the original Windlands. Because, as I said, the PSVR can go up to 120. Go and check that out, because it is smooth, smooth. I don't know if it does 120 or 90, I don't know, but it's bloody smooth. And the Quest is the same. With that clarity as well. Oh.
Yeah, and I think that the reason that I didn't get sick, because I played some Squadrons with virtual desktop at 90 hertz, and I didn't get motion sick, which is odd for me in a game like that, because anything like that in the Quest that I've played through Link or even through virtual desktop until this point, it would make me sick to fly around and flip around like that. And I attribute a lot of that to the actual 90 hertz I got another super chat I want to go up and check out first really quick.
Oh, cheers, man. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Getting right
Steve,
into the combo.
Oh, $20. Wow.
Cheers,
Thank
man.
you,
He's
Steve.
a patron
Yeah.
as well. Bless him. I'm
Yeah,
sure
he
he
said,
is.
I think Matt's Questober preview of Blair Witch will be reminiscent of last year's Face Your Fears. Probably.
That is a scary game, Face Your Fears. Fucking, that is terrifying.
Especially if you don't like the fears that you're facing. I hate snakes and spiders, and that showed up.
That goes without saying, like spiders
Well, yeah.
and shit, man. Oh my god. Yeah, that game's crazy good. That is so good. That video of yours is actually on the Oculus Quest store.
I saw that, or somebody shared that with me. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's one of the more popular ones for Questober, and I think that people just enjoy watching me in terrible terror.
Oh, absolutely. There was a game I did that was interactive. God, I can't remember the name of it now. I live streamed it, and basically you could use your phone and you could make things happen in the house, or make this haunted woman find me, and everyone was loving it. Like, I'm absolutely shitting myself, and they're loving it. I'm coming out in the chat and they're laughing, and because they're making the cupboards go, the windows go, the things move. I can't remember what the bloody hell it was called now. It definitely got an update. It was really good. But yeah, Phasmophobia is the next one I'm really looking forward to before the Blair Witch. Hopefully, that is what I'm hoping to. I'm hoping to get that on the channel soon. But yeah, going back to Squadrons, I think it's a little bit unfortunate, but I mean that doesn't mean they're not going to fine tune this game for people, and they're not going to, you know, do the gameplay where to make it a smoother experience, especially in VR. It's been a weird teething thing for some people. I've seen, I won't mention names, but I've seen someone go live with this game and not actually play a game for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, at 2, I was part of one of them. Like,
Really?
Yeah. Like, but that wasn't anything technical. That was purely down to friends list.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why. And by the way, I checked out this using virtual desktop. I played for like 3 hours. I had my Quest plugged in USB for charging. But I was using virtual desktop 90. It was amazing. It was better than the Rift S, without a doubt. I was really enjoying it. But yeah, we didn't get a game just because of the friends list situation. Yeah. And that is where I sort of feel like PlayStation holds its own in a way. Definitely. It is blurry, don't get me wrong. It is, compared to PCVR, it's like half the resolution almost. Yeah, you know, to go back to PSVR now, for me, it's definitely showing its age. But that frame rate is smooth. The gameplay's still there, and you can just join an online match with your friends really easily. So there's a lot to be said for that stuff.
Yep. Well, it's unfortunate because I have actually not played online because I've just been having fun with the story part of it. But in my experience, I have the Logitech X52 Pro. And it works really well. I had to change one setting on mine because it had my throttle, instead of using the actual throttle forward and backwards to throttle up, it was using the slider on the throttle.
Obviously. What what? That's crazy.
Yeah, so I had to adjust that, and that was the only setting I had to change. Everything else seems to be fine. I don't know the numbers of the buttons, so I have to.
Yeah, same. Dude, it's like press 12.
Yeah, right.
What?
So I'm like pressing every button until it does what it does, and then I'll remember that's 12, and then the next time I'm like, which one's 12 again?
Yeah,
these things.
Yeah,
they've got so many buttons on them.
Yeah, yours is like it's got more than mine. Like I think it's like 14 buttons on my one or something.
I got 20 something I think on mine. But I've got like these, you've got this little safety switch you can flip up, and there's a button under there. It's here. There's dials everywhere.
The safety switch is just for that extra like bit of like.
Oh, I mean, I want to play an Ace Combat like game where I can flip the switch up and then target and press the missile button.
the ultimate bomb button. Like,
yeah.
Do I press it? Yeah. The only thing I changed personally was my roll. Because I haven't changed it. Basically, I numbed down how it worked, because on the joystick you can twist the joystick and it'll roll, or you've got the buttons on the throttle. Now, personally, I preferred to steer, and then roll with the other hand, a bit like a joystick, maybe the other way around. Don't know, but I think it took me around 3 hours to actually get to that point where I knew the menus, I knew what I was doing. That's a long time, to be fair, to get a control scheme. But when it worked, it got really good. Now, I've heard there's some dead zone issues as well. I was speaking to Buck3131 the other day. He was going through some way of fixing it. I've completely forgot what it is, but I'm pretty sure he's going to make a video about it soon because he found something on Reddit how to fix it. And he said it literally changes the game of the HOTAS. Because dead zone's really big on it for me. Like, you're literally throwing this thing around to get any feedback, you know, to get anything actually happening on the screen.
I did notice that you have to pull the joystick almost all the way to the left or right just to get it to react. And if it's dead center and you're just trying to get a slight reaction out of it, it doesn't work.
Nocturnal Wolf, just looking over quickly. The Squadrons look good on medium settings. Nocturnal, if you want to have a look at my live stream, that was on low. That was on low settings because literally everyone was saying to me, bloody LGT, don't run it on high. Oh my God, it's a killer. And I'm like, shit, dude, like, I'm going to be live streaming this. I need to make sure that you guys who are watching it, it's not stuttering and it's not doing all this stuff. And it was buttery smooth. I then went up, I think, during the live stream to medium. And then I think I even tried high. No issues at all. I'm not running anything in particular. The process is pretty good. It's an i9 99,000K, 9,900, sorry, K. And 32 gig of RAM and a 2070. So I'm hoping, I'm still in that thing of where I go for a 3070 or a 3080. I don't know what to do, but I mean, you've got a 2080 Ti, haven't you? Yeah. See, if
2080 Super, actually, which I'll probably just stick with for now.
Yeah, I would stick with that as well, personally, but you know, it's hard. Oh, Nocturnal, yeah, it was on low, dude. Someone asked me while I was live. Virtual Rifle Systems, who was a previous sponsor of the channel, here's put, I've had this installed since launch, but I have not played it. No. No. You need to. The Galaxy needs you out there. You need to get out there, unless you're a baddie. I'm not a baddie. I hate being a baddie in this game. I don't know.
I was a little surprised when I went to play the story mission and it popped me into an X-Wing to start with. I don't know if I must have picked the wrong. I don't know. When you start the story mode, do you start off in an X-Wing?
No, you start in a TIE.
Okay. Oh, no. TIE. That's what I meant. I was backwards. You start off at a TIE fighter. I was surprised when I jumped in because I picked to be part of the Alliance.
That's right.
And I'm like, okay, well, I want to jump into an X-Wing. And then like, wait a second, I'm in a TIE fighter. I'm on the wrong side. Did I pick the wrong setting?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I haven't got a video to go with Dreams, unfortunately. I didn't download one, unfortunately. What the hell have I just turned off? I just turned off the background. There we go. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it running. Anyway, Media Molecule's game creation platform added support for PSVR headset a while ago, which we all know that about PSVR. But yeah, basically, they have put the aim controller support in the game. I know there's some FPSs in there. I haven't been back to Dreams since launch, and I did really enjoy it. I just haven't been back to it. I haven't had a chance. I think me and Matt's channels are quite similar in the fact we push new stuff a lot of the time. You know, I know I live stream, so I do tend to sometimes do like older games again now and again, but like kind of like we're on the forefront of doing stuff that's new. So yeah, I haven't actually managed to go back yet. So but I do want to, and I do want to check this out, and I'd love to know, more importantly, what games make use of this, because the aim controllers are fantastic. VR peripheral.
Yeah, I've not jumped into Dreams. I have the PSVR and I even hooked it up to play some of the Iron Man game, which I just tried the demo, but I have not played Dreams in VR yet.
Right, okay. Yeah, man. So yeah, let me get another video going. How's everyone in the chat though? You all good? Good to see you all. Callum Hunter says, I ordered an Oculus Quest 2 and was able to select next day delivery. Wicked. Good man. That is awesome. I hope you get it, dude. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about Oculus Quest 2 enhancements pack. Do you want to take this one, Matt?
That's right. Sure. All right, let me see where we're at here. Or maybe I've lost what I'm doing here. Oh, there we go. Those of you getting an Oculus Quest 2s on October 13th or afterwards, depending on when you pre-ordered it, look out for the enhanced for Quest 2 pack, which will be featured in the Quest store on launch. The games included in the pack are Arizona Sunshine. I'll just read the description for each one. Grab up to 3 fellow survivors and venture into post-apocalyptic Arizona with updated visuals and improved zombie physics as you navigate the zombie hordes. And then that's by Vertigo Games. Iron Lights, the VR dueling game from E. McNeil, is receiving improved render resolutions, enhanced particle systems, and shading. And I've tried that one. I don't know if you've tried it yet for Quest 2. It looks really, really good. It already looked good.
I was just going to say, I thought the game always looked good anyway, but yeah.
Oh, it looked amazing before, but now it's just, I mean, it's incredible. And I was talking with him, and not only is like, he made a graph of how much he was able to get out of the Quest 2. He like pulled every ounce of what he could out of the Quest 1 for that original game. And this game, his game's running even higher resolution and better per eye. It's just insane, the graph he sent me. And it looks really, really good. And then you've got Red Matter, new textures and further LOD distances, while players will allow players to further explore and immersive themselves in this story-driven VR puzzle adventure set during a dystopian sci-fi Cold War.
I just want to say, I didn't actually change the wording from the email. They have put "and immersive themselves." That isn't me. I just want to point that out. I didn't reword that badly. It actually is just a badly written email. Gozan, thank you ever so much for the $2, dude. Thank you.
Let me see. Then we've got Trover Saves the Universe, calling all, how do you say that word?
Cheropians.
Cheropians. Okay. Grab your power babies and guide Trover into battle once more while experiencing new crispy visuals, increased resolution, and improved frame rate. Let's see. Waltz of the Wizard, which I tried and is insane. It's insane. Experience true magic in this fully interactive, constantly expanding fantasy experience from Alden Dynamics. Improved fidelity on Quest 2 brings this magical world to life with real-time lights and post-processing for realistic glow effects, more interactive objects and particle effects, increased world detail, and more.
Yeah.
2 more games have also appear to be adding updates, including Real VR Fishing and Super Hot. And we expect many more to come, obviously, as the Quest 2 launches, featuring enhancements like higher resolution, no foveated rendering, more particle effects, more ragdoll physics on NPC characters, additional audio effects, higher frame rate.
Yeah.
There will be 5 Oculus Quest 2 enhanced. There will be
an Oculus Quest 2 enhanced pack, and it's 5 games. So at launch,
right.
I think the 5 we're talking about, you're going to see, when you see those packs that come up on the store,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a Quest 2 pack sitting there.
Yep. So I think that I've tried a few of the games that have been announced, including Real VR Fishing. I tried that one. And you know how we talked kind of back and forth and we weren't really sure how much of a difference Real VR Fishing really was in the pictures that we saw?
Yeah.
Let me pull this back up so I can.
That's the problem. That's the problem. It's very hard for us to convey, and I know it's going to be difficult, to go to people. This looks so much better. It's going to be really hard to show, I think, because like the screenshots, when everyone was like, "Wow, they look amazing," I was like, "The fish look good anyway." I was like, I can't really tell. But yeah, word of mouth is from Matt as well. He's saying big difference.
Well, so Real VR Fishing I jumped into the other day, and it already looked great. It was a great game to play. It already looked really good. But they've done so much with the ground. Like you hop in and you don't even notice it until you try the Quest 2 version in comparison to the Quest 1 version.
Yeah.
So you're standing there on the side of the beach or wherever you're standing, and you look down, and all of the rocks, the individual rocks or the grains of sand you can see on the ground in the Quest 2 really look realistic. The fish look more realistic. The water, and especially at 90 hertz, because I played it at 90 hertz, you're standing in a boat on the water and you feel like you're actually standing on the water, because the water looks so realistic now. It moves so much more smoothly because of the 90 hertz. And even down to the hands and the reel and rod, they're so much more clear. There's so much more lighting on them. I mean, it's hard to explain, and I wish that there was a way to be able to show people how it looks outside of VR so they can see the difference, because there really is more difference than I expected there to be on these older games from Quest 1 to Quest 2, and it's really hard to convey that.
As I said before, the 90 hertz thing, which we can't share, all you can do is show a number, and people just have to take your word for it, because YouTube and everywhere else, as far as I know, is 60 frames. So Shadow Beast, wasn't Shadow Beast a bloody game?
Yeah, it was, I think.
Shadow Beast. Was that on like the Amiga? Shadow Beast. Crazy. Yeah, what happened there? I had a weird like Back to the Future moment then. Where are we going? Cody Crisp. I've heard the VR chat does run better on the Oculus Quest 2. That was my London coming out then.
That's my next. That's one of the things I'm going to test out next is VR chat because I know people want to know that too.
Nice. Chimera, thank you. That was Shadow of the Beast. Cheers, man. Thank you. That was
there we go. Yeah,
they had a remake of that as well, didn't they? I didn't check it out though. But, yeah.
Identity Crisis just asked about 90 hertz because we've been mentioning it a lot, asking if it's going to be working or not. Hearing it won't be working on the retail versions. Okay, so what's happening is, and it won't be working on our versions either. According to what I've heard from Oculus, what's going to happen is it's enabled right now before launch because developers are using it, and it's probably going to stay enabled on the developer side.
Yeah.
But on our side as consumers, it's getting disabled at launch, assuming because they're still running it through all their testings and making sure that it's going to work properly on all the games that it's enabled for. But it will be getting an update, I'm hoping soon, and it very well could be a release day update depending on how much progress they've made. I've got my fingers crossed, but they are releasing an update to unlock it for games that have enabled it.
So yeah, just leading on back into the chat, someone put unboxing something. He asked who wants I've lost it. Great tantrum. Going from 8 hertz to high hertz. Going from 80 hertz to 90 hertz, is it that big of a difference? It's a slight difference, but going from 72 to 90 for a lot of people, like if your Rift S, yeah, the problem is, right, the link at the moment, yeah, I think it only comes in at 80 or something on I don't think it does 90 when I plug it in at the moment to my Quest 2, but when I use virtual desktop at 90, you can see what the headset is capable of. If they unlock that directly with Link, it's going to be even better because there's going to be if there is any distortion, there's going to be none of it because there's going to be no loss of signal or anything like that. That's when I was like, wow. So there you go. Link is still 72 hertz. It was only virtual desktop. When honestly, virtual desktop, I chucked in first contact, which is like one of those first experiences of Oculus. And it was on obviously PC. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, no way. Like, oh my God, this looks brilliant. Like, it was a real moment. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't get that very often in VR, but it was one of those moments where I was like, wow, this is crazy. So yeah, everyone, as far as I know, yeah, apart from developers, are going to lose this fantastic feature for a while.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. Hopefully not for too long because it really does make a big difference going from 72 to 90.
Yeah. Absolutely. Someone on Reddit said to me, surely this is the biggest and best thing about the Quest 2. And I'm now, the thing is, the display does look better. You know, I think the colours are a bit more popping, but it's that smoothness that really, you know.
Well, it's like, I posted a video on Twitter and you can't really see it, but I played today, earlier I played on both Quest 1 and Quest 2, I played Super Hot VR. Because they just released the update and 90 hertz is enabled right now on it.
They did. And do you know what? I'm pretty sure I've got the bloody trailer. And hold on a minute. Hold on. There we go. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Because I've done this thing that I've popped out my scenes. And I don't know how to put it back, Matt. I don't know. Oh my God, what have I done? Oh my fucking Christ. Everyone hold on. Right. Now I'm scared to touch anything because I don't know what I've done. I need a moment. I need a moment of clarity and a moment of what the hell. That's that. What have I done here? I was going to show you the trailer. God damn it.
Tyler Johnson said, GG, did you kill it?
I didn't kill it. I can see it, but it's definitely gone a bit crazy. It's one of those things where they do something like this, and I'm like, why have you done this? Why have you put this option in here?
Well, I'll talk about it then when you look for the trailer.
It's up now.
Okay, there we go. So with the 90 hertz super high, it made a big difference, bigger than I thought. It's very smooth, and because it's all about motion, movement, and time, it felt a lot more immersive and realistic in 90 hertz. You can't tell from this video because you can't, like I said, like we said before, you can't see 90 hertz.
No.
In a YouTube video. But
But yeah, man, I'm gonna dive into this as well.
I'm playing it again. I'm gonna replay through it again. It was incredible. It was so much smoother. It was unbelievable how much different it felt going, because I kept flipping back and forth between the two to check it and see the differences.
Yeah.
And you can't see it either in the video that I did or the trailer, but visually it looks better too. It's much sharper. The textures are better, way higher resolution. And I actually tried this on Quest 2 because I heard they were coming out with an update. I tried it yesterday, before the update, and then I had tried it today after the update, and it does make a difference when these companies, the developers, release the update with better resolution. The Quest naturally has better resolution, Quest 2, but when they have the update that they release for it to take advantage of it, it does make a big difference.
Yeah, for sure. What have I done here? Scenes and sources. I don't recognize these. What the hell have I done here? I don't know if we'll be able to finish the show. Oh, I know what I've done. Hold on.
I'm just looking back down through these comments here really quick.
I fixed it!
Yes!
I fixed it! I fixed it! Give me a second. I've got to do something to celebrate. Just one... Literally, it's going to be one thing.
I don't know if you noticed the other day, it's not in the coming soon section for the Quest. There we go.
Thank you. I just wanted to cheer myself, because when something like that happens live, it's crazy. It's like, oh
yeah, well, I'm glad it was able to be fixed easier. Let me put it that way.
Cool.
But yeah, it's not in the coming soon section. We talked about it actually coming up. I think we talked about it. But Myst is actually in the Quest store now. It's not in the coming soon section, but if you search for it on the search bar, it pops up as coming soon. So hopefully that means it's coming in the near future.
Oh, nice.
I actually haven't checked the app yet. I should check it right now, because usually the app actually puts a release date.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes it does.
So let's check out another new trailer for a game that's coming out tomorrow, I believe. It's Dash Dash Racing.
Yeah.
No, I'm personally really looking forward to this game.
I love this game. When I played through I think it was in beta when I played it last, and it was a lot of fun. Mrs. GT says it's like Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, okay.
No release date for Myst. That's too bad.
Oh, okay. Right, that's cool. It was, looks like they spent their time well.
Yeah, they've done a lot of work to it, I think, since the last time I played it. Definitely added more to it.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, hidden at that date. I can't believe it comes out tomorrow. Like, it's just suddenly here. What was I going to say? It is coming. Someone asked, or Matt said someone asked, it's coming to basically everything. As far as you know. I don't know if it's all coming out at the same day, though, because I've not heard anything about PSVR. But it does say on their website, PSVR.
It is definitely coming to PSVR. I'm just not sure when it is.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, we're both very excited to feature this on our channels, and it's going to be happening. So keep an eye out for that.
I'm talking with the developers. Hopefully, we'll be able to have some cool stuff going on with the game in the next couple of weeks.
Hell yeah. Midlife, thank you ever so much for the $4.99, dude. Cheers, man. Thank you. Much love, dude. Oh yeah, DJ literally just asked any idea. I'm gonna ask the developer. I'll ask him today and just see what's going on. But yeah, we're both gonna be doing things on our channels for this game, which is really cool, which is always nice when you get to do something cool for a game like that. So, back on to some news. SideQuest announced on Twitter that Virtual Desktop passed 200,000 unique downloads on the side-loading platform SideQuest. Absolutely fantastic. And I'll tell you what, I reckon that'll go... If somehow that 90 thing comes back, that'll go through the roof. That'll...
Going to be insane, yeah, because people are going to want to move over to that. If it continues to function the way that it functioned when I've used it with 90 hertz working so well, we're just going to want to do it. Why would you not want to use PCVR wirelessly?
Yeah, it's a game change. Like, I can't remember, I never personally bought one, but I know like the HDMI Vive adapter was expensive. I'm pretty sure it's in like £300 or something for that thing.
I think it was the cost of the Quest 2 by itself.
Yeah, so when I'm sitting here looking at my 1.5 year old like Netgear Wi-Fi 5 router, and I'm looking at this silky smooth high fidelity graphics on that headset, I'm like, bloody hell, £299 and you've got that. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
I have Wi-Fi 6 and it worked perfectly too, and it connected through Wi-Fi 6, so I know that it can just continue to get better and better too.
Yeah, for sure. I think my delay in milliseconds, because I quoted 18. I'm pretty sure I saw 18, but through gameplay it was between 23 and 30 millisecond lag, and I'm not. I thought it was completely unnoticeable.
I think mine was like 11.
Yeah. Oh, right, there you go then. Yeah, that's the difference. Do you know what? That sort of difference though matters online.
Yeah.
Problem is, personally, I don't think I could stream Virtual Desktop at that fidelity, have that fidelity in my headset, and be streaming. I don't think I've got the bandwidth for it. I don't think it'll happen. So, Eric Hartley just got Wi-Fi 6. He got it an hour ago. Congratulations, man.
There we go.
Doomslide says, how can I help you most on Patreon or channel membership? It's completely up to you, man. There's perks for both. It's entirely up to you. There is... I think channel membership's more fun in a way because you get the emojis and you get the GT tag and stuff. But just thank you ever so much for asking. Check them both out and see what you think, what suits you. Either way, there's very cheap options and whatever else. So thank you though for asking. Eric Harley says mine is 17 to 18 on desktop and 20 to 30. 23 to 30 is what I had in VR. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's crazy. Meow meow the gamer cat. Yeah, a year from now, PS5 plus. Oh my god, where's he gone? Plus PSVR 2 could be mind blowing. Yeah, and that, mate. Yeah, I've got the PS5 pre-ordered. I'm gonna be straight on that when it happens because this is obviously, all about VR. I can't wait to see what PlayStation do because they're gonna have some mind blowing exclusives as well. I've got no doubt. In fact, I can see the two main competitors being Oculus, Facebook, and PlayStation for that biggest selling VR headsets, Yep. And Doomsly has become a member. Thank you ever so much. Please make sure you make use of the emojis that you've just received. Especially the Pog one. I love the Pog one.
Chrissy says, you absolute beast, GT.
Yes, I'm a beast. Not a beauty. I'm a beast. Thank you ever so much, Captain Christie. Cheers, man. Thank you very much. Moving on to... Did you want to do the David Attenborough thing?
Yep. Sure. If I can find it. Great. Okay.
You'll find it.
A new 5-part nature series starring David Attenborough is coming to Quest. Actually, it's out today.
Yeah.
For Oculus Quest, co-produced by Oculus and Alchemy Immersive. The series, split across 5 episodes, is called Micro Monsters with David Attenborough and will be available through Oculus TV starting actually today. On Quest 2, the series will stream in 8K 3D at 60 frames per second, whereas on the original Quest, it'll come down to 5K. The title suggests the series will focus on some of nature's smaller creatures, specifically arthropods such as butterflies, scorpions, and the like. While filming, the series used a combination of custom-developed 3D stereoscopic camera rigs, 180-degree footage, and VFX compositing to create the final product created specifically for review.
Dude, do you know what? I am actually going to be checking that out tonight. No bullshit, I am, because on Netflix there was a program I watched yesterday. Me and Mr. GT watched it. Oh, what the hell was it called? It's probably called Our Planet or something. I don't know, something like that. But it was absolutely fantastic. It's like an hour and a half series, and it goes through some of his life as well. Absolutely mind blowing. So seeing that today and being able to talk about it, I was like, dude, I'm going to be checking out at least one of those episodes tonight.
I want to see it, but creepy crawly bugs and stuff like that close, I'm not so sure I want to see it.
Yeah, you do. That'd be awesome. You'll be sitting there in your front and going, oh. Do you know what I mean? I love it. That's one of the best things is watching people in VR is...
I do love David Attenborough, though.
Yeah, he's amazing, dude. I'm Hot G. Thank you ever so much for the £5. Awesome streams, as always, guys. You guys, I said it every single time, you are the ones that make it awesome,
Yes,
thank
definitely.
you.
You guys are the ones that make it awesome.
Captain Chrissy just become a member. Thank you ever so much, dude. Thank you. Really, really appreciate that. Please enjoy the emojis. There's some good ones there. And every 5 members we get a new emoji. So, and then we're going to start doing votes in the Discord as well, because Finn's VR is very busy with my face and makes lots of crazy pictures, and he just wants to make them into emojis. So it should be pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check out an episode of this tonight before I go to bed. Bad news for those who are hoping for Spice and Wolf 2, the Quest version. Now, before I go any further with this, do you know what this game is? I seem to remember it on PlayStation, but I've never checked it out.
They have Spice and Wolf 1, I think, is on Quest.
Okay, that's interesting.
And I checked it out for a few minutes, but it wasn't my thing, so I didn't do much with it.
You can say, do you drink tea in America? Do you drink tea?
I drink tea, not very often.
Yeah, so I would say, I mean, we do a lot of coffee, but I do love a cup of tea. That's what I just wanted to get that in there. So, yeah, bad news. The game has been rejected for sale on the Oculus Store, which is kind of surprising because I sort of thought we'd moved past some of this, but without knowing the game. And
without knowing the reasoning, I suppose.
Yeah, so developer Spicy Tales confirmed the news on Twitter that the game will not be coming to the standalone headset, and its successor as the studio failed the examination. Facebook now runs a strict curation process for selling games on the official Quest store that has turned lots of games and apps away. Popular titles like Crisis V Brigade has instead gone to sideloading inside Quest, but apparently they have not been looking into that, even though it's got quite positive reviews. But what that's going to lead into is talking about Pixel Ripped, which I think they've done something really smart, Matt.
Yes, they did. I'm excited. I haven't checked it out yet, but I want to check it out.
Yeah. So what they've done, which I was like, that's genius. Yeah. I think someone said it's £15 or $15, something like that. Which is kind of the same price as what it is anyway elsewhere. They've added their game that Oculus said you couldn't put on the store as DLC.
Yeah. Brilliant.
It's genius, man. I'm like,
honestly, I hope that they do this with Crisis Brigade 2, because they're trying to develop that for the Quest 2, Quest 1 and Quest 2, and if it comes to the platform, they could potentially do the exact same thing.
Yeah. I mean, Oculus must have still... Someone must have gone through the T's and C's and gone, oh, hold on a minute. If we just put the words DLC, there's nothing they can do about it. It's like, but it was actually, I'm just going to say it's stupid that they didn't put this game in the store anyway back in the day. Like, this would have been a fantastic Quest launch title. Because there was actually, maybe not even a launch title, because it come out and everyone was like Christmas, and there was like game. And then there was a bit of like 3 months when nothing really happened.
Yeah.
And this game could have really flourished, and it would have got everyone hyped for 1995. So, yeah.
I've only played a limited. I think I tried it once, the original 1989, and I haven't really played through it. So I'm curious to play it, because I actually played through 1995 with my son. I played it and he watched on the TV because he liked it so much. So I'll probably do the same thing with this one.
Yeah. Do you know what, Doomsly? I completed Robo Recall the other day, and I was wondering the same thing. Will Robo Recall get a Quest 2 facelift? Now, me and Matt were talking about this before we went live. What do you think is going to happen, Matt?
I don't think so, because I've asked the developers before about the game, about any updates to it or any locomotion updates. Developer is the same one that did the Quest port, is the same one behind Lies Beneath. And their wording about the game back then was that they've moved past the title, that it is what it is, essentially. Not in a negative way, just it's what it is, and I don't think they're going to touch it anymore.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if we see an update for it, aside from the resolution bump. I tried it on the Quest too, just to see if there is any difference. And obviously the resolution bump is there, but I don't know that we're going to see an update for that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I'm not that particular game, as Matt just said, you've got your answer there, I think, but I believe a lot of developers are going to.
Yeah, me too.
Because it makes sense. It's kind of like a PS4 Pro and a PS4. I know I keep saying it, but that's the nearest comparison I've got.
Yes. Yep.
To that, where it's still the same community and the same system, but some people will say this game looks better now. I noticed it straight away on PS4 Pro, especially with Superhot. It was one of my first games. And yeah, slowly developers, if they want to, they add stuff or they don't. So, you know.
It is an Oculus title too. You know, they partner with Oculus to take it, Robo Recall to Quest. So it's possible if Oculus said, you know, will you do this? And they paid for it or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Happen. Same thing with a lot of the other Oculus titles. I imagine there's specific titles that are first party. No, they're not first party titles, although there is some of those. But like the third party titles that for partners with Oculus to come to Oculus platform exclusively, that we'll probably see updates roll out with as the time goes on.
Yeah. Yeah. I going back to this though with the Pixel, I think this is such a smart move.
Oh, definitely. I'm glad they were able to figure out how to get it on the Quest because I'm excited to play it.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. What is it? I can't see the amount. If I move that out of the way. Yeah, I can see him. Just let you guys know, right? Don't do too many of them when I'm in the Quest, because I would have to listen to every single word. It would say, let's go. But it says it in a really boring voice, not even as interesting as what I just said it. It's very boring. So, and he just repeats it over and over and over and over and over. So, yeah. Boy Browns, it's time for a coffee and a little blue ribbon rip-off bar. That's when you know life's good. That is when you know life's good. It's not called Blue Ribbon anyway. It's not a Blue Ribbon bar. Just to quickly jump off. I'm pretty sure it's not Blue Ribbon. Because I thought it was Blue Ribbon, and it's not. Someone told me it's not. There's a bar, Matt. There's a thing going on. You know,
okay.
There's a thing going on. And the other game last to talk about is Blaston, which is coming out tomorrow as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
You haven't played it yet, I know you said.
No, literally, I've jumped in. I've looked at the main menu, and that is all the time I've had. I've had no time.
I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say about it.
No, I mean, we don't have to talk about it, but it will be out tomorrow, and we're both hoping to put content on our channel. So if you want to see some videos, you're already in the right place. It's me and Matt. Make sure you subscribe to Matt over in BMF, obviously. He is nearing his riband. Boy Brown. Riband. No, the blue wasn't the problem, you donut. It's the riband, not the ribbon. Everyone calls him ribbon, but they're riband. Yes. Crazy. Look, he wouldn't even know because he's got the fake ones. He's got fake blue ribbon. They might be called blue ribbons because they're fake. But yeah. Captain Chrissy said he wore his GT hoodie around Tesco and felt like an absolute mega gamer. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So yeah, Matt, if you've got anything else to add, then we can just start going through some messages and stuff.
I don't think so. I was looking a second ago to see if there's any quick updates, because that happens every once in a while. There'll be something to pop out, and I haven't seen anything.
It does. Someone's talking about Saints and Sinners. Yes, me and Matt, I'm pretty sure we'll be featuring it on our channels when it comes out, fully on the Quest. Limitless, right, gonna have to go early shift this week. I feel you, man. I'm getting up at 5 every day, and it's absolutely killing me. I'm like, oh, and then when you get into work, they have really bright lights. I'm like, I'm gonna wear bloody sunglasses in there tomorrow. It's awful. Seth, take care, limitless. Seth, are third-party cables as effective as the Oculus Link cable on the Quest 2? So I use, and you have to go back on the channel and put in Gamertag Oculus Link or something. I reviewed a cable that's $25, and I'm pretty sure it came from Go Quest VR. That's what I use all the time. It's been absolutely mustard. It's absolutely brilliant. And I was going to say mustard, but that's another British thing. Yeah, it's absolutely awesome. And yeah, I've had no problems. I do want to check out the official Link cable though, and I do have one coming eventually, because people just want to know this stuff, you know. They want to know because a lot of people want to buy official equipment, and I get that completely. You've got nothing to ever worry about. If it got, you know, is it going to be compatible? Am I getting the best experience? Blah 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 blah. So it makes sense.
I've tried several different ones, and for me, the official Link cable has the best consistency.
Right. Okay. Yeah. AMVR apparently do one as well. Yeah. So, yeah. You know, blah, blah, blah. Absolutely mustard. So is that good or bad? Good. If you like mustard, I guess. As far as I know, mustard's seen as something a lot of people like. So, have you ever had English mustard, Matt? I'll tell you what, right? If you accidentally have too much of it, you know this, but you know when you see like a skull in history, and obviously the nose is missing, you got the holes.
Yeah.
They burn, and your eyes burn, and you're like, oh god, I want to push my eyes into my face to get rid of the burning sensation. It's absolutely insane. Gamey Chick, we lost your honest reviews, so you lost them. Where did they go? Oh, love, sorry. Yeah, I was just saying, what happened to them? We love your honest reviews, so please keep them coming when you review all the games. Do you know what, Gamer Chick, behind the scenes, I've been asked to review some games, and actually possibly pay for it as well a little bit, but I can't take the work on, because reviewing is a lot. A review is a lot of time. Like, don't get me wrong, a live stream is still, I would say a live stream is similar to an edited video, kind of. An edited gameplay video. It's like 3 to 4 hours of work, plus aftercare, comments, and stuff like that. But an edited review for me is anywhere between 7 to 9 hours, kind of thing. And when you're not doing this full time, it's a big ask. The truth is, with Onslaught, and I didn't enjoy doing that. And I got a lot of respect for it, which is quite annoying, because I say something negative, that means I'm honest, which was quite annoying a little bit. I was like, I'm honest anyway if I say something good, because I've said something bad. But I haven't actually looked at any other reviews apart from IGN. I went Upload. Upload literally sounded like they said the same as me, or they thought the same as me, sorry. And IGN kind of started saying the same stuff, but then gave it a 6. And I was like, that's weird. Like, you know, but it's what it is. I like reviewing games, actually. It's quite fun, but yeah, it's a lot to do. So
I like doing it, but I don't do it anymore because it takes so long for me to complete a game.
Yeah, and
I don't feel right usually reviewing a game unless it's bad, and then because you want to complete the game to actually do a good review of it.
That was the other thing. In the comments, and I did think about this, but I genuinely felt like I didn't want to play anymore. So it didn't matter. You know, I could honestly...
To that point, I don't think there's any point in keeping going.
No, it was like, you know, but because people did say to me, you haven't played it fully, I have kept playing it. The only extra positives on top of that review is you get some cooler looking weapons. There's like a double-bladed axe, I think there is. There's like a knuckle duster with a knife. Looks cool, but it still didn't matter, because they're more of a pain in the ass to use than just a knife. So, you know, you're messing around and you're just like, unfortunately, you default to just stabbing them again. So the review still stands, and that's why I've not updated it or changed it, because I've now completed the town. And yeah, it just felt very mundane and boring. As I said, I just walk around stabbing things. So yeah, and that's why that review happened, because I was lucky enough to get early access, and I'm grateful for the early access. I'd have wished it had been a good game, like everyone does, because what a fantastic IP to have a game for. I think, you know, that survival horror, that genre, zombies and stuff. And it's the biggest name, isn't it? Really, it's in the zombie genre.
I'm just gonna grab something really quick to show you guys the chat really quick.
Yeah, no worries, man. I've got a feeling I know what it is as well. You know, it'd have been wonderful to say good things about it. I'd have loved to say good things about it. I think Survios actually do really good work, but I didn't want anyone wasting their money. You know, it wasn't a $5 game, it wasn't a $10 game. It was like, dude, this is bad. So yeah, here we go. Look at this.
All right, so they actually sent me this box. Speaking of the game, they sent me this some really cool stuff in it, and I wasn't sure really what to do because I didn't like the game and I didn't feel right featuring it on the channel and telling people to buy it,
Yeah,
or playing it and showcasing it that way. So I'll just show people what they sent me, and it's cool stuff.
it's really cool stuff. And I didn't tell you, Matt, they actually offered me it as well. I've got an email asking me for my details and stuff, but it never came. So
they got this, which is like a steel case, physical case for the game, but there's no game in it, obviously.
obviously,
It's cool, still cool to have.
yeah.
My favorite part, though, I'll